Yeah, it's the RPG. Everybody running with the air when they need. Make a lot of loot, I'm taking everything I see. Sell it for a profit, get a weapon for a fee. Blacksmith stop for a lever or a bomb or a key. Town got everything I need. Sided with the dragon cause the king got greed. Want a new adventure, better come along with me. Today we're gonna get into a game titled simply The RPG. Shout out to the developer for giving me a review key for this, and please forgive my voice, I'm not feeling so hot and I am on a deadline for this video. So, I spent about 6 hours playing this game, could have done more, there are side quests and things to complete even if you're at the end of the story, but we'll get into that in a minute. The story is very simple. If you can't tell up front, this is kind of a spoof game. It's an RPG poking fun at RPGs, but also paying a little homage. Basically, you could call the Cool King ruler of all the lands and the Glitzy Dragon ruler of the monsters. The Cool King and Glitzy Dragon don't like each other, and throughout the game you actually get a couple of chances to either help the king or help the dragon. I will say I sided with the dragon because honestly the Cool King was an asshole to me and he said mean things and I didn't appreciate it. So I don't know what happens if you side with the Cool King, but the dragon did me a couple solids. Overall the story's just kinda there. I don't judge it too harshly. I think you have to go into this game understanding what it is and what it isn't. What it is a very simplified version of an RPG, like very watered down Skyrim. Every single guard is walking around with an arrow in their knee, okay? The thing is, I really love how simplified this game is. Like, you kinda scratch that RPG itch without being so involved in a game or worrying about your character. You see, you do level up, but there are just a few attributes you can upgrade and it's super simple. You don't really have an inventory, everything you pick up is just called loot. It varies from one loot to hundreds or thousands of loot, but it's all just loot, and it sells for the same price at the pawn shop guy for 20 loot to 1 coin. Later on, you get a guy who can do 15 to 1, but that's the only variation I am aware of. As you collect money, you go to this vending machine and buy your weapon. As you get the next weapon, you get stronger, and that's as complex as it gets. One vending machine is melee weapon, one is armor, and one is for your mushroom gun. Super simple. Does what it intends to. I dig it. Now the combat is just kind of repetitive, running around, swinging, shooting mushrooms, using your dragon scream powers, and collecting loot. You basically work your way through the levels of the dungeon, collect loot, upgrade, and move on. Like I said, it is a diet RPG. If you go into it understanding that, I think you'll like it. However, I almost quit when I got towards the end of the no bonfire level, I believe it was. Basically, the dragon meets you in a cell and you can get a new power, and the game crashed for me here 3 times in a row. At that point, I was almost done. I was super frustrated, but I pushed on, got through, and made it to the last level, which I'll mostly leave out of the footage because I think it's a little bit of a treat. And when I got there, the game crashed again, this time after I hadn't saved in like an hour because you can't save in dungeons. I was done. I started writing my review and was not going to pick it up anymore, but I decided the next day to give it another shot, and I made it through and finished the game. And I'm glad I did, but you need to know that I had a ton of crashes towards the end of the game. So many. And that might happen to you. Very briefly touching on the graphics, they're simple as they come. The map is pretty large, but could definitely have been smaller. It's mostly just empty land with a few trees. To make it feel big, I think the map could probably be half the size, but you do unlock portals and can launch yourself a few different ways, so it's not that bad. Again, everything is pretty basic. There's not a lot of diversity in dungeons or outside. It's a simple game giving you a simple experience, but I liked it. And even more briefly, the sound design is meh. Again, it's a spoof game. There's a lot of repetitive noises being used. The dragon screams are not mixed very well. They're all super loud compared to the relative volume of the game. But, overall, again, it does what it intends to do. This is a game for fans of RPGs like Skyrim that can bear to take themselves and this game a little less seriously. If you're some kind of RPG elitist, do not buy this, you will not have a good time. But for anyone who's cool with watered down RPG mechanics, a kind of silly story, and repetitive tasks for a few hours, I think you can enjoy this. Please beware of the potential for the game to crash a lot. But other than that, for $14.99, it's a cool experience, and if you're not entirely sold, maybe grab it when it goes on a sale. Again, shout out to the developer for providing me a key. I had a great time playing this, and I hope this video helps you make up your mind for the RPG. If you're still here, thank you. Please consider subscribing, dropping a like on this video, and commenting down below if you plan to play the RPG. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.